The reason I haven't done anything, it is the cobbler's shoes, you know. Okay, so this morning I thought that, well, I'm just gonna get started. So yesterday I made my first YouTube video. And this is something I have, well, I mean, it wasn't my very first one, but the first one that was using the YouTube style for everything. So I've been thinking of doing this for years, like literally years. In fact, when I was cleaning up my station, my YouTube station, which I've had a long time, I saw that like 5 years ago, I posted a video saying I was going to start doing a live series. Well, that never happened. So the reason I don't start it, I mean, it's ironic because I work with my clients and advise them on video. I'm not a YouTube expert, but it certainly comes up in the work that we do. The reason I haven't done anything, it is the cobbler's shoes, you know. I do as I say, not as I do. 100% me. For the most part, I do most of my marketing through word of mouth. I can't talk this morning. Through word of mouth. So I haven't had to do a lot of like outbound marketing, but it's something that just sounds really fun to me. I've always wanted to make videos, and I haven't because I'm a perfectionist. So, I mean, even yesterday I made the video and then I spent a long time editing the video and making an introduction, kind of, you know, intro tile kind of thing. And then last night I was like, oh, I need a better camera and I need to do this and I need to do that. And so I'm going to start. That doesn't work for me. Obviously that doesn't work for me. If it worked for me, I would have made the video. So I am going to take a new tactic, and the new tactic is to just do it. I mean, not rocket science, I know, but if you're anything like me, you know that it's easy to think about things for a long time. So I made myself just do this. So the other thing is, the video that I made yesterday was putting on my makeup. And it was specifically a get ready with me, which is a type of video. And you'll find, if you work with video for your business, that different niches have different sort of classic videos that everybody has. So for instance, for a few years, my husband and I lived a digital nomad lifestyle in the United States, which a lot of people who do that use the tag and create content under the tag, the hashtag van life. And if you look in the van life stations on YouTube, there's always going to be a tour of your van. Like, that's a really standard type of video. And the makeup people, they will do their empties. So they'll use all their products and then they'll do a really standard video is, here's all my empties, and they talk about everything that they've used up and love. Another really standard video is a get ready with me, which is basically what I'm doing today, except I'm not telling you the brands of all my cosmetics. Although I will list it in the show notes, or it's not show notes, it's YouTube. I will list it because it really annoys me when I see YouTube videos and I really like what somebody's wearing and I don't know what it is. So I am going to list it, even though this is a business related series that I'm going to work on. So I thought that I had a lot of fun with the video yesterday, and I've been wanting to make more video, both for myself, for personal fulfillment, because I feel driven to do this. I feel pulled to do this. If you're into human design like I am, my sacral is, you know, on fire for this, and has been for a long time. That's part of the reason I want to do this. The other part of the reason is I do advise clients on this a lot, so it's a good idea for me to put it into practice. And then the other thing is, like I said, I have worked by rule of thumb. I have worked by rule of thumb, but by word of mouth. And I'm feeling like I want to expand my business into new areas and new spaces and meet some new people and just go in not a different direction, but a wider direction. And so YouTube is, you know, great for search and discoverability, which is something a lot of my clients will get surprised about because they think of YouTube kind of like social media. It gets lumped in with social media a lot. I suppose there's a content feed, so that makes sense. But it's not really like social media. In fact, I tell my clients all the time, YouTube and Pinterest are more analogous to Google search than they are to Facebook. And if you think about it, you'll know what I mean. If you are planning a wedding or a party or anything visual, a holiday, where's the first place you go? A lot of people go to Pinterest and they search for ideas on Pinterest. So it's a search engine primarily. You don't really go to Facebook and search. You do Instagram a little bit, and Instagram and Pinterest have a lot of similarities with that. So same thing with YouTube. That is the go-to place for a lot of help content. Like I've used it with a broken lawnmower, learning how to fix the broken lawnmower. And if you're like me and you knit, you live on YouTube. Do you remember back in the days before YouTube when you're knitting and you were trying to figure out a stitch from the pattern? Holy Moses, YouTube is so much better. So because I'm looking to expand my business in new and different directions, YouTube is ideal for that. So here's something I was thinking about and why we're doing this right now. First of all, I had a really good time putting on my makeup yesterday. It's something I need to do anyway, so why not share it? I did have some qualms about doing it on a business channel, I will admit. I was like, I don't work just with women, and I don't work in beauty. I work in the transformational space. Usually most of my clients are coaches and authors, and they're here to make a difference. And they're pretty spiritual for the most part. It's a little bit weird to do a get ready with me video when I'm doing business content, but I'm a firm believer in just being you. You know, like this is something I do. It's something I like. This is a good time for me every morning to sit down and spend some time and share my thoughts. And that's really all I want to do to start with, is get more used to video. You know, I have blogged for years. If you look me up online, you'll see that I have a sewing blog, and there are pretty ridiculous pictures of me going back. Like it's been over 10 years that I've had that blog. And so I'm not unfamiliar with having my image out on the internet. And in fact, sometimes, you know how sometimes you can feel like you don't want people to see you, or maybe it's just me. When I'm really feeling that way, I will make myself do outfit of the day pictures on Instagram just to kind of put myself out there and get over that trying to hide feeling. That's all pictures though, it's not video. So I definitely have that hiding feeling about video, like, oh, I don't like the way I look, I don't, that's one of the reasons I haven't started. I thought that a way for me to get kind of past that is to make myself do videos every day. And I have a busy life, I have stuff to do, so this is a perfect time to do it while I'm getting ready. My thought was I'd do this every day, and I'm going to say every day for 30 days with a caveat. And that caveat is, let's talk about human design. I love human design, which is a spiritual system very similar to astrology. I'm assuming if you're going to be watching me, you probably already know what human design is, because we're all attracted to each other, people who are into this. But human design is a system similar to astrology, in the sense that you get information about yourself that is drawn from when you were born. And there's a lot to it, and I can't explain human design this morning. That would be crazy. It would take too long. But suffice to say, within human design, there are 5 main types of people. One of them is a generator. That's what I am. And generators are sort of unique in that they are the engines of the world. We have a lot of energy to get stuff done and work on projects and do the work of the world, but only if it's the right projects for us. So what happens is a lot of generators choose the wrong projects and then they quit, because that's the other thing generators are really good at, is quitting. And I have had that problem. I have definitely lived out my life as a generator thus far, with a lot of getting super interested in projects and then losing steam really fast. And I think sometimes it's because it's not the right project for me. I do it for ego reasons or mind reasons, or in the human design world, the not self reasons. And that means that I'm not doing it because it's the right thing for me. I'm doing it because I think it's the right thing for me, oftentimes based on things outside myself. You know, there's comparisonitis that'll make me think that I should do something because I see somebody else do it on social media or whatever. So this time around, I love the idea, if you are online in the digital entrepreneurial space at all, you know that it's very popular with social media to do like 30-day challenges or 1-year challenges where people are posting consistent content daily. I think people can burn themselves out doing stuff like that unless it's the right thing for them. I also think that that's a great thing to do because it helps you build a ritual and a process, and it gets you past the fear points that you don't want to start or you don't want to be seen if you make yourself create content every day. I'm realizing it's hard for me to talk while I'm putting on brow pencil because I move my eyebrows a lot when I talk. That's funny. So anyway, I think that the idea of 30-day challenges and year challenges or whatever, if you're doing content, is solid, but I also think you need to be careful with that. So I'm going to be gentle with myself, and I'm going to say that as of this morning, I like the idea of doing this every day for 30 days, putting on my makeup, talking with you guys about whatever's on my mind in the business world or spiritual world, because they touch on each other, for me at least. And then we'll see where it takes us. That said, I might not do that. I might do this for 3 days and be like, nope, that was not for me. I was just trying to be a YouTube rock star, which I'm not trying to be a YouTube rock star. I am trying to find the way forward that is best for me. So here's what I did with YouTube yesterday. If you're thinking of getting started in YouTube, here's my very beginner take. Although I have to say, I realize I always say like I'm a beginner, but I have worked in digital marketing for a long time, so I'm probably not as much of a beginner as I think I am. I just have really, really high standards for levels of knowledge. So yesterday, I already had a YouTube account. I went and cleaned it up. I had some old dumb videos in just from different attempts of doing things over the years, so I moved those out. I kept most of them. I deleted some of them. I redid my artwork so it's more in line with what I'm doing lately. I arranged everything and I made an intro for my video so I could play that every time. And I forgot the name of the app that I used. There's always an app for that, but I used an Instagram app or a Apple iPhone app to make the intro because I wanted it to be animated itself. So it's basically like almost like a PowerPoint presentation. It's like 4 or 5 slides. It's about 10 seconds long. The one I made yesterday is more for my lifestyle brand. I don't know if brand's the right word, but my lifestyle content I'm doing under the name Eat, Glow, Make, Grow, which I think is kind of fun. So I set all that up and I recorded my video and I edited it, and it took me like forever. I don't know how YouTube people do it. They must get like super fast at editing and also be less anal, because I just spent forever. I say all the time, so I had to remove like 1,200 from the see, I just said it again, from my video. A lot of pauses as I was messing around with things. I said one thing that then I was like, oh, that sounds super insensitive. I shouldn't say that. Well, insensitive to myself. I was mocking my pale skin. I try to be positive in the stuff that I put out. I mean, I love being realistic, but also the world can be such a drag. I don't think that the internet is the place for me to work out my negative self-talk all the time. Sometimes, perhaps. I try to be real. So I got all that set up. So I, like many of my clients, I have had so many clients with this problem that I'm going to talk about, which is I do different things. And then I don't know what kind of brand to have. As of now, I have kind of 3 brands going on. Well, 2.5. One is just, I have my website, pattybrower.com, I've had it for a long time, and I'm trying to keep that as kind of a umbrella site for the most part. I have my blog there that goes back for years and years and has really changed focus over the years a few times, but I still have all the old posts. For the most part, I tend to talk about lifestyle stuff like home and antiques and some food. I'm more into food than I used to be. Sewing. I sew a lot of clothes. So that's the Patty Brower brand. The thing is, I used to blog under the name The Snug Bug. I feel like that's old me. Like I want to move on from that. That's why I kind of brainstormed this new idea around lifestyle, which is eat. So that's about food, glow, hair, makeup, because I love that kind of thing. Make, because I sew and I knit and all kinds of stuff like that. And grow, which is both spiritual, and I have a ton of plants and I love to garden and stuff like that. So I love the concept. I have some branding. I did some design around it. It looks good with my business thing. And I really want to kind of develop the lifestyle stuff separate from my business branding. But there's a lot of crossover because I am who I am. I just know that, especially when it comes to Instagram, I get super annoyed when I sign up for somebody's account because I think that they're doing a certain kind of content, and then it's more like a everything account and I don't want to see their other stuff. That's the problem. Like, do I work under my name or do I work under these split up business names? It's not just my problem. I know I have clients who really struggle with this. I initially, years ago, had set up everything separate. So for years, I have done my marketing work under Patty Brower Communications. That too is something that I'm feeling like I've worked in the online space since 2014. So it's been quite some time. And when I first started, I went through Tina Forsyth's online business manager certification. And I'm trying some different lips today. Now I'm not sure if I want to do it. Do I want to do Charlotte Tilbury or Kylie lip kits? Oh, let's experiment. Okay, so as I was saying, I started out Patty Brower Communications. I did some other stuff, like my first business name was Coffee Break Confidant because I want to be your friend. I did the online business manager thing, which is a great program. I love the online business manager thing, and I love Tina Forsyth. She is so awesome. In the last 6 years, I've had quite a few private clients, but I've also had 2 major agency clients where I spent most of my time working for the agency. So it's kind of like I didn't have the primary client relationship, and sometimes would be frustrated over that because I would do something different with the client projects than what was happening. So I just want to start fresh. It's like 2020 is the year start fresh. So I'm taking my old lifestyle brand, which really has been under the Snugbug name, and I am moving that to the new lifestyle brand, which is the Eat, Glow, Make, Grow, and then taking my old business brand, Patty Brower Communications, and moving that under the umbrella of Soul Design Marketing. So that's something I feel strongly about, and I'll talk about that more in future mornings. So that's what I'm doing now. So today I am doing the first sort of business video. So that's what I'm on about today. I'm about the new YouTube work that I'm doing. I am about splitting up my brands and doing some marketing around that and some sharing of content and creating of content, because it's really where my heart is. I like to experiment on things and then report back to you guys on what works and what doesn't. So that is what we'll be talking about. If you are interested in following along with the journey, today I was very navel-gazing and talking about myself a lot, but I intend to do more kind of topical market and using human design, or thinking about human design. I'm not a human design coach. I'm a human design acolyte. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, using human design in your business and in your marketing. I'll be talking about that, about running a business, digital funnels, all that good stuff that I work on with clients. So if you want to keep up with that, hit subscribe. I do have one channel. So if you subscribe for now, I might split them out in a while. For the same reason, it's good to have a different Instagram account for each kind of content that you have. But I just don't want to deal with two YouTube channels right now. So I'm going to have two different playlists, one that has to do with business and one that has to do more with the lifestyle stuff, which I intend to do videos on lifestyle probably every Friday, not daily to start with. But as always, these are just plans, and we will see where the plans take us, what feels good. If you're into human design, I am a generator with emotional authority, so I kind of have to ride the wave and wait until a decision feels good after I've had some time to feel up and down about it. Which is why I know whatever I do and however I brand, I know doing this YouTube work is the right thing because I've felt right about it and good about it for years. I just have put it off. So no more. We're starting over before the end of the year because I know everybody's going to be starting new plans. They'll be starting new plans and talking about how it's not a resolution, it's a life change, and that's all coming up. So it was fun to hang out with you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button so you can know when I put up new videos. Thanks.